What's up, everyone? Welcome to Living Life on Life's Terms. I'm Ben G. And today we're going to wind up our series on winter gardening and start our spring episode. So I just want to start out by letting you guys know I appreciate your support and following. We're going to go over all the plants today that we're preparing for, and I'm going to start separate series that I'll go over later during the spring process, because there'll be a lot of them. Instead of doing weekly updates, we'll be doing different ones. I did lose my intro, my file for that, so there'll be another one coming out. So that will be missing off of this. And I really appreciate everyone showing up. So let's go see what's going on, because life is good, real good. All right. So as the photos that I just showed you, you saw, today is March 17th. We got 3 days to official spring, but spring is pretty much here. We'll have one more cold snap somewhere around Easter. So I don't have a lot of stuff outside I can't move if a frost were to come in. But basically, I've already started this winter. I clipped back this knockout rose bush. Pruned it back real nicely. It was starting to bud out before that snow in February, so it was already alive, and I've top dressed with worm castings. I'll show you all my amendment. So I top dressed that guy. This weekend went out and bought me a banana plant. We don't quite live far enough south to actually have bananas, but that'll be part of my landscape that I'm going to show you here in a minute. Over here are all my potted up plants. I'll put a link to the those that I did last year. Mostly bell peppers. That's why I'm growing stuff from seeds now, because supposedly I had bought half jalapenos. And trust those nurseries, guys. They will lie to you, because you won't know till they pepper unless you've been doing this a while. This hibiscus plant. It was too big. It wasn't my favorite, but it's dead, so we will be repotting something there. This hibiscus, by the way, I did overwinter. I cut it back. It's got some beautiful flowers on it. I'll show a picture as well. This is why I saved it. When you see that photo, you'll know why. It was so beautiful. So I clipped it back no more than 4 or 5 days ago, and as you can see all those little buds coming out, all those little leaves. It's going to recover real nicely. All right, everybody, this is going to be the corner of the yard, just for orientation purposes, that I'm going to be doing my raised garden beds. There's going to be one that's going to go longwise here. It'll be a 4x8. It's going to be 27 inches high. Another one that goes this way. That way I can walk around them, be able to prune, harvest, and such from both angles. And then over here on this top corner, I'm going to build up a bed up there where I'm going to have that banana tree as the center point, with a bunch of wildflowers that are going to kind of cascade and go down this way. So we're going to add those beds and get us some scenic views here. I mean, it's just basically grass, no trees, and fence. I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to be using our hubiculture gardening bed, meaning that I'll go over that more detail, but it's going to be interesting. It's going to save me a lot of money on dirt fill, and it's going to be organic. All right, be right back. All right, and then I did buy some more, because all I got super hot's growing from seeds that we'll go over in the tin in a minute. But I did go ahead and get some supposedly sweet bell pepper reds and some jalapenos. And I will be topping those today. I transferred them over from the 6-pack over into these little 4-inch cube trays with my potting soil, and I've been feeding them with nutrients for from above at this point, and I wanted to give them a couple of days to settle in before I pruned them so I wouldn't shock them too bad. But they've really greened up, especially this guy back here, and they are starting to think about budding, and I don't want that to happen. Now, I'm not going to trim them just as hard as I would a super hot, but I do want to get more yield out of them if they are bell peppers, truly bell peppers and jalapenos. We'll see. Guys, look at these strawberries. This is the ones, of course, that I did outside. And they were, you know, in all fairness, they were, you know, the better looking ones. I wanted to give them the head start, because I'm assuming that the hydroponic ones would, you know, grow faster. But we'll see in a minute, won't we? All of those are doing great. What's going on here, you may ask? Dirt? Yeah, it's dirt. But I planted some Roma tomatoes about 3-4 days ago. That's one type of tomato I'm going to be doing. This bok choy, guys, I decided, let's pick her up. I've decided I'm not going to waste it. I have no room for it inside. I think it's, you know, I just hadn't researched this one well enough. I think it's a heat-loving cabbage. I'm going to pot it up, and I'm going to go dirt with it. And I'm just going to hang around with it and see how he does. All right. Over here, I've got some eggshells. I'm saving eggshells. I'm going to be using that to, you know, put in my amendments that, well, it has calcium in it. And also, I've seen a lot of research saying that slugs don't like crawling across the top of them. So I'm going to use that. These are my worm casting. Guys, these things are super expensive. You don't want to use them as potting soil. Castings means worm poop. But you might go, yuck. But no, man, it's super nutritious. You can top dress your plants or mix like a small amount into your potting soil if you want to. Basically, the potting soil that I'll be making are very similar to these very expensive bags that, you know, I can't even remember. I won't say that bag was $15, $18. And that's great for just potting up a few things. But when you're getting ready to do raised beds, you know, we need to figure out a way to make our medium a lot cheaper than that. I don't have that kind of money. That's ridiculous. All right, I'll be right back. All right, let's take a look at these hydroponic strawberries. Got some really good growth. They were behind the other ones. Bigger leaves, I have to say. Maybe not as much putting out initially. But big leaves, definitely faring okay, all of them. New buds. Let's look at the roots real quick. Let's see if anything in the roots is happened. Check on our stones. Whoop. Be careful with this mess. They look about the same, man. I don't see any new growth. I don't know, because this is my first time. Wait a minute, I do see some new growth on that one back there. I think they're going to put out their own new roots. But I think everything's hitting water. The air stone's doing okay. I'll do a pH off screen. Just check on everything, make sure the water level is still good to where it's reaching everything. The Paris Island lettuce. That guy's dying. Not sure what happened with him. But man, you know how they were putting on that kind of red leaf stuff at the beginning? Now it's kind of more green, but they look all healthy. Let's take a look at them, their roots. They've all got some roots going on. Air stone's bubbling. Might be a water level issue. Let's go around to the front. Alright, everyone, here is the one of the romaines, I forget which. Look how they're trying to head up. These didn't die, man. We've been eating lettuce. I've been giving them away. Just covering that up to keep the holes, keep the light out. I did reduce the amount of light that I had in here. I've got the fan full blast, as you can hear. I hope it's not covering up my audio too bad. Keep the ventilation going. Probably going to go ahead and harvest a couple more tonight for dinner. They tasted really good, nutritious. Got a little leaf burn on the end. I'm not sure if that's a process of how when they head up. These roots are amazing. I will show you one of them. They're all the same. These two, as far as how their roots are doing. Last time I looked, push my peppers over. Just doing great, man. Earstone's doing good. Excited about those. And then let's take a look at our hot peppers. I really overwatered last week, as I showed you, but I haven't watered since, and they seem to be bouncing back, most of them. This is what we're going to get. These guys are going to start getting acclimated outside. I'm just hoping I get a few, guys. Some of them are looking good, some not. I just think overall they need to get out of this tent and get into the regular environment, in the shade, slowly get light acclimated, and where I can really monitor them a little closer as far as the water's concerned. And that's kind of where we are. My plans overall, like I said, as far as winter gardening, I'm going to probably just go down to maybe 1 or 2 totes with lettuce. I'm going to continue the experiment on the strawberries. If it starts getting too hot, too much trouble, I can still do this hydroponically outside using a pump. May go that option, not sure yet. So we'll be doing a whole separate series on the garden bed, how we're doing that. We're going to do a series on the strawberries, hydroponic versus dirt. And like I said, I really appreciate you guys hanging with me on my first winter grow inside hydroponically. I still will be utilizing this guy during the summer. But like I said, this climate is not climate controlled. No heater, no air conditioning. Man, it gets super hot. So far, so good. Until next week, guys, thank you for watching. I'm Benji, and this is Living Life on Life Terms. Please smash the like button, subscribe, hit the notifications so you can keep up with me. Thank you so much. See you next week. Okay, so real quickly, I want to show you guys this Asparagus Fern. I did overwinter this guy too in the garage. Minimum light. I didn't have any access to light, really. Brought them out every time I could, really, which wasn't that much. I'm going to be repotting that. I'll do a separate video on that. It is really greened up. It's going to come back spectacularly. I mean, you go to the nursery and pay $20, a piece pretty much for these guys. This one's looking a whole lot better. Last week, couple weeks letting it come out, getting the rain, and feeding it with nutrients. It is root bound. So we're going to repot that. And then these are just a couple of baskets that my girlfriend really liked. In the coconut core baskets. They're really neat. And that's it. Oh, got some wasps. See those guys trying to get me? Yeah. I got a nest up there I'm going to have to tackle tonight. They even got real defensive over me just walking over there. Interesting. All right.